All right, peace and blessings, and welcome to another episode of YB's Collaboration Corner. I am truly, truly excited, as I always am on every single episode, to have a phenomenal guest, Lev Hunter. I call him LV. He has a longer first name that I truly tell him. I said, listen, on social, bro, we got to go with the Lev boy. But let me tell you, I'll let him tell you what that is if he wants to. But listen, this brother is a phenomenal coach. He's literally helping folks show up on Instagram, really helping them monetize their social media. He's got some other ventures that he's tapped into that I know about. Something that you can sip on a little bit that he'll talk to you about. But he's phenomenal when it comes to collaboration. And I knew no other person at this time to be able to have on the show than my guy LV. Lev Hunter. How you doing, LV?
Yo, YB, man. I want to say thank you so much for having me here, man. I'm always grateful when people want me to come on and speak. So thank you. And for those who are watching, listening, man, blessings to you all, man. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. So I had to show the love back, man. About 2 years ago. It wasn't last year. It was 2020. You invited me on to your show, and we rocked out. And actually, your show. That show kind of bled into 2021. So we recorded in 2020, but it bled into 2021. And it just really helped me to kick off the year strong in terms of podcasts. So I just want to, give you your flowers while we're here. But before we even get into, all of those things that you do, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Born and raised Flint, Michigan, right? I'm a Midwest guy. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just a son who knows who his dad is, right? And a person who loves individuals for who they are and trying to help them, always constantly get over the hump. I just really love people. And I know people say that, but like I really do rock with people, man. I think I'm an introvert, right? A lot of people don't know that because they see me on social, and when they get to meet me in person, I'm just so recluse and chill until I'm interacting with people. Like that gets my fire going. So I just love people, man, and love helping them get to whatever level that they want, whether that's digital, whether that's interpersonal, like whatever that looks like, however I can lend a hand. That's who I am, and that's what I love to do.
I love that, man. And so that actually gives me a good segue into this next question, because there's so many people, especially that are in the entrepreneurship space that are introverts and may not believe that they can be successful in business because their energy is not coming from people. Talk a little bit about how do you turn on and off the switch, right? Because you just said something so powerful. It was like, people don't know I'm an introvert, but when it's time, when the lights come on, you feel me? It's game on, right? It's time to get busy. Talk about how did you discover that on off switch, and what does it take for you to be able to turn that on? How can people be able to align themselves or find that switch so they can turn it off and on if they identify as introverts?
So for me, it really came from my DNA. It's in my DNA to be both, actually. So my DNA, as I speak, like my dad was an entrepreneur, successful. He passed away when I was young, but they used to call him the commercial kid. Like he was always on. That was his nickname. But he was also an introvert because we love people, but we also need our me time, right? We need that recharge the battery. And then my grandfather on my mom's side never met a stranger. So growing up, seeing these men in my life, and even my mom, seeing people just like when they got around people, they lit up. When they got around people, they jumped into action. And here's a caveat for it, because I'm not like on all the time when I'm around people. I'm on when I'm helping people. I'm on when I'm assisting people. I had to learn that even recently in the past couple of months, that I love to serve. So you get the best of me. I light up when I'm serving, when I'm interacting, and we're giving and taking, not just me showing up and being obnoxious or entertaining or a comedian. It really goes from that. So I think those who are listening who may feel like they're an introvert, but they have these extrovert tendencies, is probably tied to when they serve. It's probably tied when they're giving, because most extroverts, if I understand it correctly, they like get refueled when they're around people and they're lit up. So they're receiving at that moment. For me, it's my servant heart for me to just give in that moment, to light up, make sure you feel comfortable, make sure that, we're having a peaceful conversation. So for me, it kind of comes from upbringing and DNA, but more importantly, from a servant heart.
I love that. And so talk a little bit about your area or areas of expertise, right? So I know let me tell you something. I was so fired up to connect with you because I remember listening to a ET track, bro, and I heard this very distinct voice, man. You know what I'm saying, over this hip hop beat, and I'm like, oh, that he's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, I attract you as a connection, and I'm like, hold up. You the same dude off the hip hop track with ET, right? So talk a little bit about your background in terms of the work that you do and what you bring to the marketplace.
Yeah. So most folks know me from a longevity perspective is through radio. So I used to be in radio for 8 years, and here locally in mid-Michigan. And I think I did pretty decent, right? And that opened up a lot of doors for me to meet said Eric Thomas, with Dr. Eric Thomas, and do some work with him. You know what's interesting, YB, is that I feel like this is a gift that I have, is that I always have a gift to have access to people, right? So in radio, having access to celebrities, quote unquote, entertainers, the people behind the scenes with entertainers, that's just always been my thing, like having that access, but never really utilizing it, to be honest. I just, it just happens organically for me. So for me, my background has always been people. Again, it goes back to that servant heart, whether that's in church, whether that's in the marketplace, whether that's at home. My thing is really like, how do I connect with people? So connecting with people like ET, interviewing some of the top rappers and celebrities throughout the years, and then transitioning to where I was just bouncing around with jobs. But again, it gave me access and information. So now I serve in the space of marketing, right? Helping coaches and consultants really take their expertise, put it on Instagram, right? And drive that traffic to actually convert for high ticket, right? Because I believe high ticket coaching is the way to go moving forward. For the perspective, like if you really want to grow a business, now, if you want to grow a lifestyle, you can definitely lower that ticket. But if you want to grow a business to where you're not working in and on your business all day, every day, I think it's high ticket. So for me, it's been a lot of zig and zag. And I think sometimes we hear people that are successful, like, oh my God, they did this, and they blew. No. It was zig and zag, people. And it's still a little zig and zag. Right. And I think that's how we actually get to where we want to go. It's not linear, or it's not this curve. It's more the zigzag in life. So for me, man, just always having access to people and being blessed to have those relationships, and that people trust me. One of the things I think people really trust your boy. Like, I don't be really sandbagging, dogging folks out behind their back, or even putting on like, oh, I know this person, I know this. Like, I don't even think I got a picture with ET.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even have pictures with some of the folks I even have relationships with that people may or may not know. And that's just how I like it, man. Very private from that perspective. But if I need to flex, I think God will help me out.
You got the receipts. You got the receipts.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And speaking of receipts, man, you're working with one of the top client attraction gurus out there, Marquell Russell. And speaking of collaboration, that's how you and I, were able to grow a little closer, because I was able to attract that relationship with him through you and build. Talk a little bit about this whole concept of collaborating with, I guess what people call influencers, right? But the reality is that when you have certain abilities and skills, you're going to have influence, period, because you know something that other people don't know. So talk a little bit about what is your definition of collaboration, and what has been your experience with collaborating with people like a Marquell or people like a ET, like just these types of people. Like, what is your definition of collaboration, and then how is it that you were able to get into collaboration opportunities with some of these folks?
Yeah, you know what? It's just funny. Again, man, a lot of my access to people have come through relationships. So I believe in the relationship first framework to growing your business. I don't believe in product first or service first. I believe in relationship first. So for me, collaboration really boils down to, now here, let me pause for the cause on this one, because this may take people a little left, because they hear collaboration, they think, oh, let's just link up and do some work together and grow it out together, make a little bit of money together. That's cool. I view collaboration a little differently. I believe that you need someone like a YB who's a locksmith to unlock you, right, and your potential. So collaborations are not horizontal per se, like we on the same level as Connect. I think one person unlocks something in you and the other person unlocks something in them. And the result of it may be money. It may be more influence. It may be more exposure. But true collaboration is the unlocking of you. As an example, right? Marquell Russell, he's the king of client attraction. I'm not trying to be the king of client attraction. I'm trying to be the king on whatever mountain that I'm still figuring out right now. But he's unlocking things on the inside of me to claim my mountain. And in the reverse, I'm able to help unlock some things for him as well to help him grow personally and professionally in the marketplace. So collaboration is really when you have two people who have the ability to unlock. I'm talking about true collaboration. I'm talking about let's do a video series or a podcast. I'm talking about true collaboration unlocks who you are on the inside, and you can't do it by yourself. You need somebody else that has the key to open you up and say, look, there's more to what you think it is. And this is how you navigate, and it's how you get faster and further. So it's just not books, but it's actually the people who you collaborate with.
Listen. I'm gonna have to steal that. Okay. So matter of fact, I'm gonna borrow it. I'm gonna make sure I give
that's all you.
I'm gonna give you your credit the first time, but then the second time I'm gonna say a wise man said, and then the third time I said it, man. That's
all good.
So the collaboration is connected to unlocking something in another person, whereas that person is going to unlock. I love that definition, man, because it is so true, right? It's not like, okay, well, you're not on my level, so I can't collaborate with you. No, it's like, hey, you may bring something to the table that I just don't have, but it's mutually beneficial because I have something in my treasure chest that you may not have. And so as a result of us coming together, we elevate each other based on our strengths, and we kind of mask the weaknesses because our strengths will help overcome that other or compensate for that other person's weakness. So I love that definition. So earlier I alluded to some of the other ventures that you've been a part of, and you picked up your coffee cup. Talk a little bit about the coffee business. I don't want you to go too deep, but just talk about that and how does that add to your ability to collaborate and build relationships. I mean, I know there's a lot of folks who they may be listening, they love drinking coffee. I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker myself.
Sure.
But talk about that from the perspective of how does that allow for you to build other relationships that are not tied to the things you do in the social media space.
Yeah. So actually, we're in the middle of a rebrand. One of the guys, a good friend of mine, passed away the week of Christmas 2021, and he was going to do the rebrand, the design, and all that. So we're going to start back from scratch and build it back up. But the company, the Daily Brew, really started on a couple of foundations, right? Number one, coffee brews conversation, and conversation develops relationship, and relationship develops collaboration. Collaboration develops friendship, lifelong business, whatever, platonic, romantic, whatever, right? Because I understand that this is one thing, right? We have a mug, we have a cup. Rarely are we at networking events. Rarely are we at clubs, bars, wherever, and we don't have something in our hand. We have some type of accessory to keep us going. I think one of the best accessories that you can have is something that you can drink, right? Or that you can consume, right? Because really, are we just walking around a pen and paper? We have a bottle of water, right? We got coffee in our coffee mugs. We have tea. Right. We have all these different things, but it opens us up to let us know, like, I'm open to have conversation. I'm open to collaboration. And that's actually our first collaboration, was doing the Daily Brew live streams a couple years back, where I was like, yo, I want to bring on different people on this like morning talk show to share their expertise, to share their genius. And we just have a conversation over coffee. And what happened when I had that year of going live Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. consistently, I had the biggest spike in sales for the business when I was doing that. And it was beautiful relationships. People were like yourself, lifelong folks, where I say, if I'm in your area, I can hit YB up and we connecting, or vice versa. Like, to the point, if you need to stay at the crib, come on through, bring the family, right? Because it started over a live stream over coffee. So again, it ties back to my core, people. Right. It goes back to like, let's just kick it. At its simplest form, let's just kick it. Even if we don't agree,
Yeah.
Even if we don't look like each other, even if, I mean, I want to kick it with people who don't think like me. I want to know, why do you think the way you think? And I think that comes through conversation, live streams, podcasts, all those things. But it all starts with, sometimes just having something in your hand. That's it.
Hey man, you took it back, bro, because when you talked about that interview, I immediately went back to where I was. I was in a hotel in Alabama, getting ready to spit some hot dialing fire at Oakwood University, the alma mater of Dr. Eric Thomas. And so yeah, man, that took me way back. And matter of fact, we did a part 1 and a part 2. So that was
we did. I think we did about 3 of them, didn't we?
It might have been 3. Your memory is more than likely better than mine, but either way, the opportunity was valuable because I wasn't really into podcasting like that or being guest on podcasts, and then from there, just like things started opening up. So I want to say thank you for contributing to my visibility and collaborating with me and because that unlocked something for me. If we go back to your definition, as you know, I'm the president of sales for Self-Publishing 30 Days, and so we use this platform to encourage people to promote relationships. But I want to ask you a question. And we're about to land the plane here, but
let's do it.
Say, for example, because I know you got something cooking. I know you and I, we get a chance to talk about some stuff in the back. I'm not gonna let too much stuff out of the bag.
No, hey, it's all good. Listen, it's coming out.
Let's say when that book is ready to drop, right? Let's say you say YB, I got to put some more finishing touches on this thing, and I was gonna send you anywhere in the world, to finish up your book, right? Where would you travel to? If I was covering, if myself and my team, Self-Publishing 30 Days, if we was covering the travel expense to go anywhere in the world to finish your book, where would you go?
Somewhere tropical. I'm thinking Florida. If we were to stay here in the States, maybe Hawaii, maybe Maui on the West Coast, somewhere where I can legit be close to water. Like, water does something in my spirit, bro. It's like God was like, son, get near water, right? So, and one of my goals in life is to reside in Florida. So that's where I'm thinking. Fort Lauderdale, maybe. I don't know if Miami. That may distract me from actually getting the book done.
Oh man,
But at the time of this recording, we're sending off the book to the editor this week. And, we believe, God, that we can have that process ready to start pre-orders next week.
Love it.
And go from there. So, yeah, I'm all about books. What's so funny, YB, is that, like, and I'm not trying to be super spiritual and like that, but this is just who I am, right? So I just believe God has really put a scribe anointing on my life, and I know I got 3 more books to write after this one. At least 3 more. So I'm excited, man. I don't think that I'm a writer. I think what has stopped me from actually putting out the book is because mindset, right? I feel like, man, nobody gonna read this. Who am I? Right? All those self-defeating thoughts.
Absolutely. Self-limiting beliefs. Yep.
So I had to tackle those things and say, you know what? If nobody reads it, if nobody likes it, at least I did it. And I did what I was told to do. So I'm excited, man. The book will be ready here in the next couple of weeks. My birthday is in March, so maybe we'll release that March 7th.
Well, prayerfully, what I'm saying, we'll see when this episode airs, man. But prayerfully, it'll be coming out around that time, man. But we definitely wish you all the best. So let me ask you then. Do you have a title for your book? Since the cat's out the bag, what's the title of your book?
Being social on social media, the relationship first framework to growing your business online.
I love that topic, man, and it fits so well with YB's Collaboration Corner. So much so that when the book is out, man, we got to get you back.
We'll give some away for free.
Yeah, hey, listen,
consider it done.
Free is good, but I tell you, I'd love to get you on the author spotlight, man. They give you an opportunity to talk about that, man. So as we wrap up, Lev, you talked about collaboration. Who do you specifically? So if the person or people were listening right now, like they were just tuned in, dialed into the conversation, and you had the opportunity to talk to them, who are the people that you prefer to collaborate with? Who do you prefer to collaborate with?
Sure. I got a list of people who I said one day I'll interview. And one day I'll sit down and have a conversation with. And again, I just love conversation. Let's record it so we know what happened. That's it, right? Nothing to make me anything that I'm not. Magic Johnson is at the top of my list. Shaquille O'Neal is at the top of my list. I would love to talk with, Barack Obama. I would love to talk to Warren Buffett. I would love to, and just and honestly, some people that we don't even know. I want to talk to like people who don't believe what I believe. It don't even matter. Like it's just people that I don't want the stereotypical, the Jay-Z's and all. Like those people are cool too. Jay, if you watching, yo, let's make it happen, Mr. Carter. You feel me? The Rock is here.
Jay, if you watching, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, holla at your boy. I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy. If you watching,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely hit LV out. But once you finish talking LV, if you watch your YB's collaboration corner, pick up the phone, man. I'll make sure say holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'll add this, and I know we're about to go. I actually want to talk to the people behind the scenes of people like the Jay-Z's.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes. Like I think the guy's name is Mr. White, the guy who's behind Michael Jordan brand, right? I want to talk to those people because we know the big names.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to the people that's behind
those people. Yeah. Yeah,
that's personal.
They're often unsung heroes, right? You don't really know.
I love them.
And like when you think about Eric Thomas, man, most people don't know is Carl and CJ.
CJ,
they probably know CJ because CJ makes himself known, but Carl, you know what I'm saying, you got Carl in the background, man. I remember hearing ET say, man, listen, I put my gift on the video, but Carl is the one that brings the video to life. You know what I'm saying? And so something like that is amazing. Last question for you, man.
Sure.
If these folks are watching, we're gonna speak life into that Jay is watching, and that Magic and Shaq is watching. But let's say there's someone listening, watching, and they would love, based on your story, they've seen you online, they heard you on the podcast here, they would love to collaborate with you. How can they connect with you?
Yo, Instagram at your boy LV. Shoot me a DM, or you can connect with me through my email, info@yourboylv.com. However you can find me, I'm pretty much your boy LV across the board. YABOYLV. Reach out to me. I'm open to have conversations with people. I would love to do more podcasts and interviews like this because even though I have a podcast and I interview people, I love to be interviewed as well. I love that. I just love conversation, bro. So anybody want to collab, no matter your niche, we can make it work. We'll find something to make it work. So I look forward to it.
I love it. Love it. You've been listening to Lev Hunter, otherwise known as LV, Daily Brew, you know what I'm saying, killing the game in the social media space. Definitely get at them. And if you have a challenge finding them, you can get with the connector, and I'll make the connection possible. Listen, You've been listening to YB's Collaboration Corner, where we highlight movers and shakers who understand the value of relationship, collaboration, and connecting. Remember, collaboration creates currency. Actually, that's a book that's coming out. That's my next joint coming out. Collaboration creates currency, the blueprint for visibility, credibility, and profitability. So we're really excited about that. Make sure you get your copy once you see that drop. And for those of you who are new to the channel, continue to subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on Stitcher, and subscribe everywhere that we have podcasts, because we're looking at making a difference in this new year. And just remember, be encouraged, be blessed, be faithful. And the way that you do that is by operating in your gift, because your gift will make room for you. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.